What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for calling with Jay as always. So guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about phone mounts, and I have had the Ram mount and now the Quadlock mount now for quite some time, so I figured it'd be time to do a review of that product on my Ducati V4. For those of you, of course, who don't know, this is my very first bike, very first ownership. I've now had the Ducati V4 now for 2 years. I might possibly be upgrading to the Street Fighter depending on how, with all this stuff going on, depending on how it turns out and when the bike gets here, but that's kind of the plan so far. I've done many modifications over the past 2 years, probably over, I don't know, 15 or so thousand worth of upgrades. So, but today isn't about upgrades. Today is about accessories in the phone mount category. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, so basically this is what I have right now. Okay, so basically what I have right now is, so I'm not covering this, okay, I'm not covering the ball or that part of it. Essentially what I'm covering is this guy right here, and then obviously presumably this cop's gonna stop. I guarantee he's gonna stop me. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Oh no, he will not stop me today. Okay, cool. So, weird side story. I was in a different parking lot, guys, and I kid you not. I was about to start this video that I'm doing right now, and the guy comes up and tells me, hey, due to social distancing, you cannot be in this parking lot. Now, I want y'all to kind of let that mull over, okay? I'm in an empty parking lot on the other side of the parking lot where people are doing shopping, kind of like this, right? There is a Fred Meyer over here, right? And obviously, the parking lot's busy. I'm over here in an empty part of the parking lot. The guy walks all the way over here and tells me, due to social distancing, unless you're shopping, you can't be in the parking lot. I'm like, social distancing? I am the pinnacle of social distancing right now. I am way off in the corner, not bothering nobody, just making a video, and you're giving me shit. Anyway, on from that. So here's the Ram mount. Okay, so the Ram mount, and I have the quad lock. Now the Ram mount, I believe, was about $69 to $70 for this guy. I believe they're kind of around the same price. With the quad lock, you also need the cell phone case. The reason being because this is the mechanism that attaches or locks in. So I'm gonna kind of go through the process, give you my pros and cons on each. I could have done this in my house as stationary, but I figured I'd kind of be cool, kind of do it outside. So Ram mounts like this, guys. All right, obviously it's big, it's bulky, and it's a lot of real estate happening. Okay, so obviously the Ram mount is one of its, I guess pros is the fact of once you get it where you want, right? So I'll just lock it there just for the video. Okay, the phone to put in is pretty simple in the sense of like this. Okay, so the phone's in, right? Now this is one of the cons of this, right? Is this right here. Now this is not, as you can tell from this guy, okay? This guy is locked, but the phone's able to move based on, I don't know if you can see that, but this mechanical system behind it. So if I pop this off real quick, if I pop this off real quick, you can see this. See how I'm moving the case around? I'm holding the ball, but the case is moving. So that's one of the cons about this, is because of the flexibility of being able to stretch to get around the phone. One of the cons then is while you're riding, it can kind of move around on you, which you don't want. Granted, the phone's not going to go anywhere, right? So it's not like you're going to lose the phone. It's just, it's not necessarily stable in the sense of being able to see, because for example, you can go around a corner and the phone can end up like this. Again, it isn't a big thing in the sense of, like I said, it's not going to pop off, but who wants to look at their phone like this, right? So that's the first con to this. Next is just getting it on and off. Okay, so to get off it, right, all you gotta do is pull this, and then of course lift this and pull it out, right? Again, it's not like it's super slow to get off, but it is a lot of work, right? So the two things about it is you know, Pro, it's going to keep your phone secure. The two cons is, again, is these things that move too much, right? So it moves in place. So this one moves a lot. But on the Pro side, your phone's locked in. All right. Another con is, however, this can slide up and down some, causing it to hit the button on your phone. Again, I have a Android, I do not have an iPhone, so I'm not 100% sure where the buttons line up, but there are been occasions where it has rubbed up against the button, causing the phone to come on. Okay, and again, like I said, it's just a lot. It's a lot going on right now. Obviously, I can position this however I want to, right, to get more of a view of the cockpit if I so desire. But again, just all that is going on is not the ideal. Okay, so this is the Ram Mount. Now, of course, Ram Mount's been around for a long time, hence why I went with the Ram Mount, because I know of them, right? They've been around for, I'm sure, you know, probably 10, 15, 20 years of making locking mechanisms for phone, GPS devices, all of that, for different, cars, motorcycles, all that. So they know what they're doing in that sense. However, I think the con is they just haven't innovated, right? They haven't made something that's new. And the issue is, when you don't innovate, you leave opportunity for somebody else to come along and make a product that's essentially going to outdo you, which is essentially what this guy is. So this is essentially, so to make the Quadlock, okay, work, is essentially a two-part piece, right? You have the cell phone case and you have the Quadlock, okay? And all you do is essentially come over here, right? This obviously be on the phone, and like that. And see, it's locked in. So these are your two pieces right here that you have for the phone. Okay, for the phone and for the lock. Okay, so you have the ball, this part. Now, and then all you do, this tab, you flick the tab, twist it, pops right off. Okay, now, I don't know if you can see this, right? But there is a hump on the Quadlock. So obviously, if your phone's set down, it can wobble a little bit. It is what it is. I mean, I've kind of gotten used to it, to be honest. I mean, the other option you have is when you go for a ride, switch to the Quadlock case, and when you're not riding, right, then put on your regular standard phone case and go about your day. To be honest, I've kind of gotten used to the Quadlock case. Again, this isn't like a review of phone cases, right? It's just essentially what this, a accessory for the bike. Okay, I'm not a big particular when it comes to cell phone cases, as long as it can keep my phone protected. I really don't care. The little hump, how it kind of moves back and forth on my flat desktop, I've kind of gotten used to it over time. So to me, to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. The real issue I actually have with this case is I don't feel like it really comes up over the side of the phone. I know I have the Edge phone, right? But when I put this case on, it doesn't really feel like it's up enough on the side of the phone that makes any sense. I mean, it's not coming off, right? It's going to take some effort for it to come off, for the case to actually come off. But see, right here, it's just not the best, right? It's interesting. What's going on here? They're going straight. Okay. Uh-oh. So, I'm just watching these cops to see if they're going to stop me like the other people did. But, so far, so good. So, no harm, no foul. We'll see. But they are stopped in this parking lot. But anyway. So, that's kind of that. So, to demonstrate this, I will then pull off the Ram Mount and put on the Quadlock real quick. Okay, and that's that. See, as you can tell, comparing the two on the bike, this is the Ram Mount and this is the Quadlock. So, like I said, this is a lot of real estate for something. Okay, so that's why for me, I'm dumping it and going with the Quadlock. So for those of you who just want the quick go-to, I'm forever Quadlock, unless Ram Mount comes with something that's better and more modern. Until then, I'm pretty much sold. Okay, so that's that part, right? Now, another con, I guess you want to say it, to the Quadlock is, so I have the red tab, as you can see here. Quadlock's standard color is blue. Okay, so you have to pay extra to get the different colors. To get black, it comes in, the blue is standard. It's like a frost blue almost. So it's not like a deep royal. It's more like a frost blue, kind of like the Charger blue, like the, you know, the Chargers, the football team, almost like that color. It's like a frost kind of blue. Anyway, it's blue. It doesn't match the bike, obviously. So I'm sure some people don't care. Me personally, I did. So I went with the red instead, or black. So black could have looked fine against it, but I kind of like the pop. As you can see next to the phone, kind of like the pop of red, and it's pretty close to the Ducati red. This is actually faded off, but this is actually a Ducati. This is from actual a official Ducati piece. So as you can tell, those reds are very close. Hence why I went with the red. Okay, so the con is you have to pay, I think it's $10 extra, like $9 extra for the part. Smart on their end, for because most people are going to want to pay the additional. I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, hey, you know, it's a con for us, pro for them. So I went with that, right? So I think this was $70, or sorry, 80. I think it was 69 for the piece for these two parts, and then I paid the extra $10 to get the red. Okay, so that's kind of how that worked. So $79 for this case. Again, I have to double check how much this one. I'll put that in the description above about how much the Ram mount was. This was the Quadlock. So the reason why I also swapped, guys, is because going on motovlog rides with people who are trying to get going, gassing up, fueling up, changing batteries, all the things I'm doing to get ready for the next, stint of our group ride, doing all this fiddling with this guy with your gloves on, it's just a lot of work. Right now, I showed you with gloves off, but with gloves on, I mean, it can be done. It's just a lot of work, right? With this guy, it's literally seconds, right? All I do is come over here, right? Push it in. You can feel the grooves, and that's it. Okay, the phone's not going anywhere, and unlike this guy, it's not going to move, right? Once I lock it in place, I mean, like I said, it's not really moving any, okay? And it keeps the phone secure. So, I mean, once it's on, like I said, you're not going to lose your phone with either of them. I know some people feel like they might be worried because you don't have the additional strap, but like I said, this is not going anywhere, okay? To me, it's locked in. And then releasing it, all you do is push on the tab, twist the phone, pops off, okay? Now, I could see if you dropped your phone flat on the ground, I can see maybe damaging this locking piece. Maybe that might be something to consider if you're one of those people who drop their phone a lot. If you damage this, obviously you're going to damage the locking mechanism, and therefore you cannot lock it properly. But other than that, like I said, man, I love it. I've had it now for a few weeks. I'm not going back, so I'm pretty much sold on having this guy. Okay, so this is essentially, like I said, Quadlock. Again, I didn't pay, Quadlock Ram Mount didn't pay me for this video. I paid for both of these products out of my own pocket, but like I said, I would choose the Quadlock hands down over the Ram Mount. So, and then of course, once I get the Street Fighter, all they do is make it an attachment that kind of hooks around the bar, around the handlebars. I keep this piece right here. So it's about a different attachment, kind of like a claw, right? I hook it around the bar end with the ball and have this, and you're pretty much, like I said, good to go. So, like I said, the boom on, boom off. So that's essentially boom on again. So, like I said, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to make a quick video about the lock and my pros and cons of each of them, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, short and sweet. Other news, like I said, is I'm still considering the Street Fighter. Again, I'm just waiting to see on it, how it's going to all work out with the COVID things happening, delays, and I think I'm still like 6th in line. So being 6th in line, and they haven't even received one. So since the making of this video, from my last understanding, he hasn't had no idea when he's even getting his next one. And I think my shop's only had two or three, and no bases. And of course, I'm going for the S model. So, on other news, if you're still here, Competition Works, who made this exhaust, okay, he is in the process of potentially making a new exhaust. So that might be an update. If the Street Fighter doesn't happen before then, my bike will be gone for him to do R&D for a new exhaust. So stay tuned for that as well. Like I said, guys, I have a few things still brewing. I actually just purchased a tracksuit. So again, I'm not sure how the summer is going to turn out. I do want to do a track day, and I do want to go to motorcycle track school, either the BMW or the Yamaha track school over in California. But again, due to flights and COVID and everything else, I don't even know how any of that's going to turn out. But that's kind of other things that I'm planning on doing this summer if they happen. Other than that, it will be just continue to make vlog videos, ride videos, and then of course those ride videos where you see where I'm not no commentary. And please, in the descriptions down below, let me know if you have any questions concerning the Ram mount versus the quad mount, quad lock, excuse me, or about the future of my content, or if y'all also do truly watch and enjoy those videos where I'm not talking and just riding and joining the ride. So alright guys, with that being said, thank you for cooling with Jay as always, and I will see y'all in the next video.